We are back in the saddle, baby. And we need to get this addressed. Oh, yes. Let's bring this out. Unpack this for a minute. Shouts out to the Speakeasy Podcast Show. Here's the like button coming through the door. What's up, Mac Mizzle? He says Sino is literally on YouTube Live talking about you and KB, yo. That's got to be a typo. Because who am I on here talking about? Oh, Gil is on live talking about me. I hope he addressed himself wanting to sleep with two men. We need to address that. Now, moving on ahead, let's talk about something real here. Emmanuel Acho has been getting it from all angles. All of these so-called informational podcast shows who just go ahead and they're good at, clips and shorts and all of this stuff. These like little support channels that come in and get all these views for spewing sideways reviews. Yes, self-talk, I mean you. Hate to just single you out, but there's a lot of them, low lights. They come in and get a lot of views, and they get pretty much paid in perks for their, I guess, fandom. I don't know what to call it, but why would they be taking such an angle? So they decide to go against Emmanuel Acho, who they feel is lying about something that he told the truth about. And which I found very strange that people decide to go in that type of direction. Now, Asante, what's his name, Samuels or whatever, was a great corner for the Patriots. I remember Samuel for the Patriots, but he seems to have some allegiance to Shannon Sharp so much that, of course, Emmanuel Acho, who reminds you of a WWE character who gets in the ring and likes to be messy. Okay, a lot of people don't like the way he do things. I can understand that. I've seen people who do and conduct things in a manner in which other people say, hey, I don't like the way he conducts things. I don't like the way he do business. And I can understand that. I can understand it 100%. Now that we got that part out of the way, what's the next step, ladies and gentlemen? We go to the facts. See, Shannon Sharp can't come out and really hate because he feel like I'm above these dudes. I got the spot. So Emmanuel Acho, of course, he's going to be theatrical, performative, and come at him and say certain things whenever they see an opportunity to jump. Because they the little dogs in the fight trying to get in the ring and elbow their way up. So everybody's like, how did they get 2 million views to start all the way off? Marcellus Wiley was the first person to really bring this to the forefront. But then everybody saw it online. It was like, oh man, they got Undisputed old channel. We already knew that. Well, those of us who's here, we already know they didn't just jump into 2 million views. But everybody on the internet said, oh, they bought the channel. If they were to buy it, what's the problem? I'm having a hard time trying to understand what the conflict is. But to the common average person who doesn't know anything like self-talk, or any of these other people who didn't have any, wherewithal with network business, Emmanuel Acho decided to address the situation. And after he addressed it, everybody said, oh, he's trying to change his tone. What the hell did he change? He said, I would never buy a channel. He didn't buy this channel that he got now. So how would he be changing the narrative if the narrative is still the fact that he never bought it? It's the same thing. So I just don't understand how you guys try to create these agendas when the truth just came out of that person's mouth, and you listen to what he said and then you say something completely different.
He posted his tweet about the Speakeasy channel, saying that he did not pay for it. Asante Samuel quote tweeted it and said, "We understand, brother, but you didn't build this platform. Somebody gave you the passwords. You will be explaining for eternity." He then went on to say, "Attention, Ryan Clark. Emmanuel Acho wants you to know he will pay you to come join his team. F it, I will say it. Homeboy inherits a platform built by someone else, then proceeds to talk shit to the person who built the platform he inherited. This is America, baby." He then went on multiple tweets about Ryan Clark crying and whatnot. He said, "You learned how to scam good." He said, "We understand you're a sensitive dude. You need fame and attention to feel accepted, like your guy Ryan Clark. Seriously, how can you inherit a platform from another ill word?" This just
we need a tweet
like
counter.
Then he said, "Name this." This is all, by the way, like just back to back
4 day period.
Yeah, before like early in the morning too. Like he woke up.
He goes to gym for this?
He also said, "Name this group Ryan Clark, Emmanuel Acho." Whitlock is nasty to throw into that group. That's gross. But yeah, he said Jodeci,
Who Whitlock Edge. Real quick, who would he be?
How do you know?
Whitlock Huff. I don't think he liked black people. He kind of funny though. But
he ended up.
Now, here's the thing about Emmanuel Acho. Now, I'm from Chicago. Emmanuel Acho used to play for the Chicago Bears, if you want to call that playing for the Chicago Bears. He wasn't very good. He was good if you wanted to go to a college player, yes. But to be an NFL player where they have the very best of the best, his brother was better than him. Okay? No questions asked. Now, before Emmanuel Acho tell you, I'm going to break things down to you. When things started to go left at Fox, Emmanuel Acho is very good at rubbing shoulders. Okay? He's the kind of guy who knows who to rub shoulders with in the network. He's never going to go against status quo or protocol. He's always going to rub the shoulders of those guys and always going to toe the line of company. He reminds you of a Stephen A. If that's really Marcellus, hang in there, brother. You know, I know you innocent 100%. So on that situation that you're going through, know you innocent 100%. Now, moving right along, we want to say that to say this. This man, Emmanuel Acho, is very political. He stays very organized. He's going to do everything right. But he is not going to save you. In no way, in no capacity. He will step over you at any time, any place, because he wants to be number one. He don't even know what number one is, but he want to be it. And he want the bosses to see him be number one and want to strive. He wants them to look at like, look, the boss is looking. Look at me. Come on, let's stack these papers together. Come on, guys, let's clean this place up. He wants the organization to see him do this so that they would look at him and pick him. He got to be the shining diamond. Right? And in those things that you call a show, it's like a family. It's a relationship. So those people that you have a relationship, they kind of look at you like it's a brotherhood. Like, hey, if something go down, it's us before it's them. He does not possess that. He does not possess that it's us and then there's them. No, he thinks he's them too. He thinks he's part of that branch. And he's slumming it with y'all. So that's how his mentality works. So his mind is always thinking, I'm the boss, I'm an executive, I'm a producer. I want this to be my thing here. You see, here was the thing. I'm quite sure Marcellus Wiley knows is the relationship between Joy and Emmanuel Acho, which is out in the public now. They were in the talks to get their own show. Joy was manipulating to get to her position, which she should have never let Colin call her, but she had an opportunity with Emmanuel Acho to now get her own show. See, she never wanted to be on Speak for Yourself and all that. They ended up making that show into Speak. But what they were doing was getting rid of Marcellus Wiley, getting rid of Whitlock. They were becoming too problematic. Well, not Marcellus Wiley, but they really was like, well, we don't really need Marcellus Wiley. Emmanuel Acho couldn't really shine and be what he wanted to be, but he didn't have the galls. He would never tell Marcellus Wiley why he wanted to do that. That's not his style. So what he's going to do is, I don't know if he knew, but him and Joy was supposed to have a his and hers show. They tried to copy Jamel Hill and Michael Smith's show, and it was just supposed to be the two of them, like his and hers. And they was going to do that on Fox. And they showed how that was successful. And that's what Emmanuel Acho wanted to do. He never wanted a team of 4 or 5 guys. He never wanted all those people together. Fox had all these contracts and people on contract that they already had paper on and said, well, we're going to rebrand the show. So we're going to bring in Shady that we had over there, bring in Shady, bring up all these contracts we got, put them together on one show and let that go. Let that be the show. Now we got all our contracts that's expiring. Let's put this together, make a revamp the show from Speak Yourself to Speak. There you go. Boom. There you have it. Now we got a show. You got Joy. You and Joy be on this show. And then we'll see how everything works with this. Then we could turn this into probably branch it off into a his and hers and see if they can run the show later. But let's try this first rather than us putting 2 people together and making a show. No, it's too expensive. Now, they weren't getting the ratings on Speak. They wanted the time slot that everybody else had. They couldn't get it. They just wasn't reaching the right audience. So when that started to go left, they started to have some pushback, some turmoil there, with the network, and then the Charlie situation and the thing with Joy. And then Acho ended up getting his own show, and things went into different directions from there. Now, once he had his own show and everybody went into their own section, right? I guess the relationship split. He got his own show and had his football cast with Shady and all the rest of them. Then Undisputed ended up ending, and they just end up putting everybody everywhere. Then they just fired everybody. So they had the Twitter account for Fox Sports 1, which they still got that, but they would double dip and put it on Undisputed, its own show. So when they had their show, they used to post all of the things that they had on their platform, whatever. They got about 600,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel, whatever. And the Undisputed page, which had about 2 million, was just sitting there. So Emmanuel Acho was smart enough to say, hey, man, we really didn't get a shot at our show. You just canceled us. You just end up getting out of the business altogether and kept one show and then Colin and just threw us to the dogs. And he was like, yeah, we kind of really didn't give y'all a shot. So you know what? We'll throw in the channel. You could just have it. So he was smart enough to ask for the channel. And people are mad that he asked for a 2 million subscriber channel and Fox gave it to him because they felt like, man, we didn't really give your show a shot and you've been a good soldier for us. They gave him the goddamn channel. They gave Emmanuel Acho the channel. I don't see a problem with any of it. Now, him going at it with Shannon Sharp, that's natural. But what is he saying to Shannon Sharp? See, that's the problem I have with these individuals today. Y'all say, man, how can he go at Shannon? What is he saying about Shannon? Just because somebody used to have the channel and was on a show or whatever that built the channel up, that means that person can never say something if that person do something? What was he actually stating about Shannon? Why do people forget the actual subject of what people are talking about and they just remember an agenda? That's called programming, people. This is like we was just talking about now. When you got self-talk out here pushing a narrative that doesn't even exist. I'm like, self-talk. What are you doing? This is reckless. This man put a black eye over Marcellus Wiley's wife's eye and a black eye on Marcellus Wiley and said, oh, there's trouble in paradise. Do you know how reckless that is to ever do something like that? To play with people that really been through domestic violence and really had trauma in their life, to do that for you don't even need to do that. Why would you think you need to put a black eye on them? It's not funny. And this is a real legal situation. And you're altering photos to make it look like something. Make it look like, oh my God, it was terrible. I had to tell him in the comments section, like, dude, I don't know what's going on with you. You don't even need to do that. You're going to get the views. Just cover the information. The human drama itself is going to sell itself. Yeah, because he was trying to tell these people he want to clap back because it's attention. Okay, don't let it fool you now. He's not stupid enough to let attention go by. Are you kidding? That's a manual attention ass. Look at me, Acho. That man loves attention now. Get attention? He's going to be forward, front line, and center. Now, Samuel just got a problem with Acho, and that's just it. But let's get to it.
In his life. He started speaking to me 3 months ago when he saw that the show was popping, and he was like, y'all stole the channel.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. I just ignored him. Then we went viral.
Find out.
I ignored him then. And then I spoke on the channel, and then just Asante, I don't know if he's obsessed with me. I don't know if he's just bored now, not doing anything productive with his life. But then he just starts tweeting. So I do the obsession thing. Asante Samuel's obviously a great football player. Asante Samuel should go into the Hall of Fame one day. Surprised he's not in the Hall of Fame already. With that being said, Asante Samuel last played in 2013. If the greatest thing you've ever accomplished in your life, you've already accomplished in your life, we don't really have much in common. Like, I'm still currently accomplishing great things, and my best days in my life are ahead of me. So when people keep bringing up career comparisons between me and Asante, you're living in the past when today is the present and my future is golden. So that's why I don't like these debates of like, yes, Asante Samuel's an incredible football player, but how are you so bored that you are obsessed and fixated with what Emmanuel got going on and how Emmanuel's building what he's building? So I have no beef with Asante. Truly have no issue with Asante. I have a fundamental issue with people who continually live in their heyday. Like Asante's greatest years were in 2007, 2008, 2009. My greatest years are the year I'm currently living in. So like, I don't have beef with Asante, got nothing negative to say about Asante. I just think he's obsessed with me. I think he's fixated on me. You have an incredible son that's doing incredible things, I think, in the league. Continue to like nurture him to an incredible career. But like, get off social media. Also, you're too old. You're 45 or 46, just tweeting all day. Go do something productive. Go build, go create, go hijack a platform, go pay for one. You made a lot of money in your career. Go buy a platform. The Speak for Yourself platform is still available. Reach out to Fox. I didn't take that one. We got the former Undisputed one. So like, go pay for that one. You got money. Maybe you can do what we're doing instead of complaining about us doing it. So I ain't got no real issue with Asante. I think he's kind of funny on social. I think he's kind of funny.
Well,
Shady, call him right now.
I'll just say this. His name is Professional Shit Talker. Right? That's the thing. So I think one thing, when you start learning Asante, it ain't never personal. He just talks trash. That's just what he does. And he got his son, obviously, but he got his daughters. They run track. They going to, I want to say, Florida University. So he got a lot going on. But to be honest, this ain't personal. This is talking trash. So I don't want nobody getting their feelings about it. If it was serious, someone would have called me because we normally talk. But I ain't know nothing about this. He ain't even tell me.
Yeah, that's why I don't really take it seriously. Here's my thing. I never want to be 45 living in my old days. And I also never want to be 45 talking trash to people on the internet. Now, if that's what Asante want to do that. But if I'm 45 and he's not retired,
people do it though. Like
I know, I'm just
Shannon Sharp, he does it.
Oh no,
all show.
Shannon talks trash to people that talk trash to him. Asante just randomly like, you know what? Let me pick a fight with Acho today.
He just be sending shots. Like,
like
there's
also
Twitter.
a
It's just
when
like
you have a
So now we're going to downplay and pretty much just write off anything Samuel says is shit talk. Because basically that's how he comes off. But it started a wave that everybody who dislike Emmanuel Acho is going to ride that wave of, yeah, you carry yourself like you built the channel. Granted. But you got to understand something. And I want people to understand this and understand it clearly. Here's something that you should understand. What's up, Chuck? Salute, bro. Appreciate you for the super chat. Here's what people should understand and understand it clearly. And I want y'all to get it. I want everybody to really get it and understand. It's going to take work. Okay, it's gonna, you can get, somebody can give you a channel there's plenty of people that have bought people channel that got 500,000 subscribers, 600,000 subscribers. Do you know this thing is not really ran by subscribers anymore? It's not. I got like 430,000 subscribers right now, and they get me like what 150 people in the chat, knowing that my thing is way better than that. But people spam, do all kind of goofiness. So then I got to go talk to YouTube, tell them to fix it, get all this back going the right way it's supposed to go. So it's a whole lot of different variables. Tags don't mean nothing anymore. Now they want hashtags. Now they're like, well, you don't even need the hashtag no more. You need a good description. They change this algorithm thing all the time. It's always changing. So when it's always changing, whatever was old don't really even matter no more. It's like bragging. So it's like when the guy's like, you're paying for subscriptions. I'm like, for what? What would be my point? To say, nah, I got 500,000. Like, I don't even know how many I got. If he wasn't over there talking about how many subscribers I got, I wouldn't even have known. But I love y'all. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and hopefully they give you the notifications. But let this sink in so that everybody can get it and hear it clearly. These people that are in control, supposedly, are the main problem in the pipeline because they're so focused on what someone else is doing and their work, they can't focus on their own. And that's the main problem. And all these other people that's hating on him, talking about, yeah, we hate you, you doing that. What are you hating him for? Let's say he did buy it, right? Let's say, hey, he bought it. Okay, he bought it. What's the problem? I don't understand these people sometimes, man. It gets crazy to me. I'm just like, so he bought it, and you upset because he bought it? Yeah, man, he bought it, and I'm mad. It just don't make any sense. It was gifted to him. He still got to work. It's not like, oh, he got too many, he's going to the hits and everything just finna go, because he get way lesser views than Undisputed was getting. Way less. So my thing is, hey, it didn't catapult him to the top of the charts, if that's what y'all thinking. But why the hell would he start over from scratch when he ain't got to? Plus, there's plenty of people walking around here with channels that got like 5,000, 6,000 subs, making what a lot of these big subscriber channels are making. As I told you, it's entirely different now. So you gotta start thinking about that on different levels, man. Y'all gotta advance your thinking process. I'm not taking up for Emmanuel Acho. Me and Emmanuel Acho disagree on a lot of different terms. See, this is what I mean. Processing information, process the words you are hearing instead of trying to find an agenda to support. I know that's hard because that's all they promote now is an agenda. Somebody's got to defend this guy. This guy got to defend that guy. Because we got a relationship with him, I got to find an angle for him to be right or wrong. If I don't agree with such and such, I just don't agree with him. But some of these people, they know that the other person is wrong, but they want to be quiet because this might affect another relationship they got. So it's all of these agendas working at play. Then they pay all these other people out here to make a statement. I just tell the truth. I just tell it the way it is. Emmanuel Acho has been the same way since he was out here, man. He just wants to be that guy. That the scary part is if he ever became that guy, that's the guy you be scared of is Emmanuel Acho. I'm like, Jesus Christ, if that guy become the guy, be terrified because he ain't going to have nowhere else to go. He might want to be president there next. He wouldn't know what to do if he was that guy. I would hate to see what would become of him. He might be Homelander. Because he's the guy that always wants to strive to get there. He loves that striving part. That if he actually got there, I don't think he would be happy at all. Now, they want to talk about Jaylen Brown being the smartest guy in the room. Emmanuel Acho always feels he is the smartest guy in the room. So he loves that feeling. So if you need an example of it, it's Emmanuel Acho. So I don't know how you feel that I've been up here sticking up for Emmanuel Acho, but when Emmanuel Acho was right, he was right. And I'm like, man, all y'all looking at this wrong. Y'all like, yeah, he got caught up in his lie. He didn't get caught up in the lie. He was absolutely correct in what he said about the channel. Shoot, I'm gonna be out here like AB if I don't get myself back in the gym. Man, I tore my knee up playing basketball. I gotta get back out there. It ain't about being cool. Have you noticed that? Let's look at white podcast shows. Do you see any of the white podcast shows beefing with all the other podcast shows? Do you see Pat McAfee show beefing with another podcast show? No. And they're successful. And everybody be like, oh, no, I learned from the best. If you learn from the best, why haven't you learned that part? Why is it always best to beef to get yourself on top? Why do you think the music business, Jay-Z said, man, I think beef is bad for business? No, it's some people, they have a hit success song that's a beef record, and then they live in the beef. They kept making this record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to now people can't appreciate your work. And that's what was gonna happen with Tupac. It was happening right before he passed. People can't appreciate your work because now everywhere he was going, they want him to hit him up. And he did a show, and that show that y'all see there, live, man, that he did right there at the House of Blues. And he wanted to do his new song, Tattoo Tears. And that mattered to him more than hit him up. He wanted them, and he was like, man, wait till they hear Tattoo Tears. He was thinking he was talking to like real Tupac fans. These ain't no Tupac fans. Tattoo Tears is a real Tupac record. This is they want to hear Death Row, Machiavelli, Tupac. They want to hear riding on them, Tupac. They want to hear hit him up. They want to, hit him up. And he trying to do the song and everything, and he want them to kind of listen and get into the record, and they just not feeling it. And Pac was like, he was hurt. Of course, he did hit him up. You know, they going crazy, but he was just like, man, you know, he was filming a movie and was just like, I'm going to take a break from music for a while. You know, I'm going to do this, get the Outlaw straight, and I'm going to chill. Because, you know, it's just getting crazy. Like, people don't even appreciate none of the new music you putting out. And that's what you don't want to become. So with black podcast shows, like you see a lot of them beef with each other. And, you know, we'll cover it. But the thing of it is this. If you go down that route, all you're going to do is make one side go and hate on the other side. And everybody think, oh, that's going to get them attention because we're going to get all their fans. You already have all their fans. The people that watch them watch you anyway. It's just where they're going to put you and how many outlets they're going to distribute you and your material. Right. The reason I don't speak about Dean the Great and Adrian Broner is this reason right here. I knew them from boxing. Once they start doing all this silly stuff and just grabbing on women, I'm like, that's not content to me. That's just goofiness for these young TikTok kids. Yeah, you can get millions of dollars doing that stuff now. That's way out my age bracket. That's way out of my level of comfort for what I want to do for the money. I'm not letting people slap me for money. I'm not letting people, sexually harass my girl for money. I can't. I would never be comfortable in doing that in any setting. AB is funny and he's talented and he don't even have to do that. He could just do a podcast show and just talk. He's just naturally a funny dude. But the silliness of it, I don't vibe with that. Scripted nonsense. That's just I can't get behind that. No, that's ignorance fatigue. I have a fatigue of ignorance. Well, they always gonna have it's always gonna be a problem. You know why it's always gonna be a problem? Because there's always a scenario where, like, let's say if I got a name in the title of somebody that you normally don't like, or let's say you don't like Gilbert Arenas and I put his name in the title, Bill did this, you're gonna come over and check it out. Because you don't like that person. You want to hear what somebody had to say. Hopefully there's something bad about that person, or you just want to get some new news about them that you can go and run and tell. That's what some of the people do, and that's how these people group up and find each other. Most people mad at me because they like Gil, the people that like him, and they don't even know why they like him. They didn't even watch him play. These people he gave like $5 to one time, and yeah, that's my guy. I'll be like, all right, cool. Oh, Keefe D convicted himself. I mean, they just want to put the case to bed so they can seal the case and get through with it, and just put it to bed. Because it's been going on like forever. Everybody's like, why they couldn't solve the Biggie and Tupac case? And it ain't about them having it right or wrong. It's just, let's get this for the department and get it out of here. Now, the LAPD know that they had problems on both sides of that, connections. And then you got all these fake cops coming out. I'm like, Miss Wallace is gone. She's passed on until the after. She did her part, and she lived a great life. So Big made sure his kids, his wife, all of them are great. And he died at 24, and his kids are straight for life. Remember, off 2 records, 2 albums, they straight for life. Yeah, Yellow Breezy's gone. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I mean about ignorance. If you're gonna be a street dude, don't be on the internet. Why are you on the internet? Street dudes that we knew, they didn't want to be photographed. If you took a photograph of a street dude, you had problems. They didn't want to be photographed. They didn't want no type of exposure. You don't know me. You couldn't even say their real government name. That would be trouble. They did not want to be, you talk on the phone. Oh, yeah, I'm here with so-and-so. Hey, whoa. Who are you telling about me? I'm not here. Dog, what are you doing? They don't want nobody knowing their business at all. They too busy doing street stuff. They know that leads to jail. The stuff they doing leads to jail. So they ain't finna incriminate themselves even further by going online, bragging about what they done did. These people are idiots. I saw a dude running from the police. He was on house arrest. He out on the monitor. He outside doing whatever, and he on the run from the cops. And they following his damn ankle monitor. And he on like a motorcycle. He's screaming, yo, they got me. They on me, y'all. I'm like, is this real? So that's why people look at the situations the way they do, because it don't make sense. That's what I be saying. Nine times out of 10, you have to assess the situation for exactly what the reason is. Shoot, man. Nowadays, it's like these people like to play with the cops because they want to be online. They want to trend on social media, and they go out there to make a stand. They ask them a simple question, and it's like, "Do you have any license or identification? What crime did I commit, sir? I can't talk to you till you tell me what crime, sir. Can you please give me your driver's license and ID? Why? You got to tell me what I did first." Once you give me your license and ID, I'll tell you what you did. No, I ain't doing that. No, I know my lord. Let me see your supervisor. They just want a trend. They filming it already. They just want a trend. It's about de-escalation. You're trying to escalate a situation. Oh, before the body cam vids, they want everything to go down their way to cause a scene because they get the attention from it. That's the only purpose, only situation, everything. And they don't realize that they take the attention away from real victims, people who are complying, and they go through this abuse. Now people be like, oh, he's they trying to get attention when this person is really being violated. You see, y'all don't understand or care anymore. There's no more real empathy. There's no more morals, in other words. People going around here lying about being assaulted sexually. You got guys, he touched my booty. Yeah, he was banging me for about 3 years and he stopped. I'm like, you're grown. You're a man. What the hell wrong with you? For attention. All for the sickness of attention. They be grown ass men talking like this. They want to be victims. Dog, what was it? I was in the mall, and the black dude that was up there, I was like, hey, what's up, brother? And he was like, oh, hey, dude, I love that character. I'm like, man, the anime character I had on my shirt had more attention than me. I might as well came in dressed up as him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know who this is on the shirt. Dude, that's from My Hero Academia, man. That's my show. It's like, bro, what done happened to you? They done sucked all the coach out of you, boy. Somebody got to sit you down and play you some George Clinton and get your mind right. You got to hit some soul music. Put some Good Times on TV. Good Times. Some Jeffersons. Yeah, you got to sit down. You got to get some culture back. My goodness. These guys have been eliminated of all their coaching. I know. Tell me about it. Some Bobby Blue. You know it. Him with that across 110th Street. Been trying to find a woman that's weak. Ooh, baby. They'll be like, oh, man, I'm never going to 110th Street. Where is that? Is that in Inglewood? Is that on O Block? No. I'll be like, go listen to some more K-pop. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's how bad it is. The next generation of brothers, they're not brothers already. They have been totally conformed. Right. You looking for somebody to ride out here? No, you can't get somebody out here where I'm at. Oh, dude, I get the ride, dude. Let me TikTok, Snapchat. Hey, y'all, we finna ride. Come on, everybody, get in the chat. Put up your signs for riding. I'll be like, put up the bike emoji. We finna ride on them. Bring, 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 bring. I'll be, oh no. Yeah, so man. So anyway, man, we're gonna go ahead and update you guys more on the Patreon, and I'm gonna holler at you guys a little later. Appreciate y'all, man. He said, man, it's different these years. He said it's different these years. Yeah, it is. But I'm finna go to my Patreon, my Carcino for Life Patreon. We got some new stuff coming tonight that y'all gonna like. So you VIP already, don't even worry about it. You already good. Everybody else, upgrade to VIP. Peace.